What's going on, family? Welcome back to this video series on buying a new construction home, and welcome to the last video. You made it. Thanks so much for sticking with me this long. And as you may know, the way I want to end this video is talking about how the process of buying a new construction home is a little bit different in 2021. Okay, but before we dive into that, I want to do a quick recap. And so in that first video, we talked about pricing, how buying a new construction home is a lot like buying a latte. If that doesn't make sense to you here, you got to go back and watch the video. And then we talked about the types of meetings that you're going to have with a builder and what's going to happen in each of those. Next, we were in a home that was in the pre-drywall stage, right? We could see through the walls. And we talked about the types of inspections that you can get when you're building a new home. And that brings us to this. How is buying a brand new home in 2021 different than ever before? I actually want to get right into it. So the first way that we're seeing this process be different is that builders are doing a bidding system. Now, not all builders are doing this. And builders that may be doing it in one community aren't necessarily doing it in all communities that they're in. So what do I mean by a bidding system? Well, typically what's happening is that builders are releasing a few lots, right? And they're saying to those interested parties that, hey, these lots are available. Bring us your highest and best offer within the next day or two. And this is frustrating because traditionally what happens is that if you're interested in a home in a community and you're there in the community and it's available and you know what lot you want, right? Then, and you've got proof of funds or pre-approval to say, yep, I can buy this today, then you can do that. And the price is the price is the price, right? Of course, you still got to go and make design selections and stuff like that, but the price of the floor plan is the price, and the price of the lot is the price, right? Whatever they're advertising there that day. And honestly, this is one of the main benefits of buying a new construction home, right? You're not going into this competitive situation where you're having to compete with other offers and go well and above the list price. But that's not necessarily the case with new construction homes now. Again, I want to reiterate that this isn't happening with every builder in every community, but it is happening, and it is important to know where it's happening. And this is why it's important to have an agent working for you so that they can reach out and figure out what the process is and ultimately help you decide whether or not this is a home in that community that you want to move forward on, right? Now, the next way that we're seeing the process change is somewhat as a result of the bidding system, but really more so as a result of the high demand and low supply that we're seeing in our real estate market in general, and that is wait list, okay? And we've seen this for some time. You know, if there's not something available, then you may call and put yourself on the wait list. But to the builder's credit, we're seeing them filter down this list in a better way, right? Before, you would call and you'd say, hey, I'm interested in this when homes or lots do come available, and they just simply add you to the list, right? But now what we're seeing a lot of builders do is require that you either get a pre-approval from their preferred lender, even if you already have a pre-approval, or that you set up a meeting in person with you and your agent, and of course, the agent on site there. And this is nice because before, when you were just calling and being put on a list, I mean, man, there could be 400 or 500 people on the list, right? And now that list is much shorter because they are figuring out who is truly interested. Like, you don't get on the list without these things, right? And the fact is that wait lists are really, again, a result of the market and the fact that builders just can't build houses fast enough, right? Before, when wait lists existed and you were being put on that list, it was likely what was going to happen is that 15 or 20 lots were going to open up in that next phase. Now it's like 2 or 3 lots at a time. But again, I do appreciate the fact that builders are finding ways to filter this list down. And so have your agent call, figure out what needs to happen to get on that list, and that'll get you on your way to hopefully buying a new construction home. Now, the last way that we are seeing builders do things differently is because their costs are going up really as a result of the pandemic, right? And a lot of production facilities shutting down or working at half their capacity. They're trying to find ways to save money. And one of the ways they're trying to save money is by keeping agents out. Okay, I don't want this to sound like a vent session or a gripe session, right? Of course, I'm an agent. This is how I make my money and this is how I feed my family. But this is much more about representation. My bank account is not the driving force behind this point, right? The fact is that if they don't have to pay the agent, then they're going to save money, right? And so how are they doing this? Well, if you've ever visited a community or simply stated online that you have interest, right, in a community, they may ask that you register. And if you register your name and don't put that you have an agent or that you will be working with an agent, right, then you ultimately decide that, hey, here's a home in this community. I want to move forward on it. I want to bring my agent in to represent me. They're going to say, hey, we'd love to have you buy this home, but you can't work with an agent. And the language they're going to use is likely this: your agent was not the procuring cause for your interest in this community. Sounds all legalese, right? Well, the fact is that they're looking for ways to save money, but here's the thing. They're not going to pass those savings on to you. I guarantee you, if you were to go into a community and say, look, I'm not working with an agent. Can I get the savings? Can I pay less for this house? They're going to say no. They're going to say no. They want to pocket those savings. They're not going to pass them along to you. So, as I said in the very first video, you're going to pay the same price for a home whether or not you're working with an agent. And so you might as well have representation. You might as well have someone looking out for you who has your back, right? And we fought against this quite a bit within our team, the Gluckin group, and we've had some success. You know, even if someone has registered and they want to move forward, but they're saying they can't use their agent, we've had some success fighting back against that. But my suggestion is this: whether or not you've connected with an agent already, I suggest that you have your agent or an agent that you believe you can trust and would love working with to reach out to that community on your behalf. Get the information, set up the appointment, right? Have them do those things so you don't run into that issue later. Okay, so we'll recap the 3 things, right? That some builders, not all builders, are going to a bidding system, meaning they're releasing lots and asking for highest and best offers by a certain time. We're also seeing wait lists, but fortunately builders are filtering down that wait list better than ever before. And we are seeing some builders try to save money by not allowing agents to work with buyers that have registered already. Okay? And all of this, honestly, is navigated much easier when you've got an agent working for you, taking care of you, is someone that's on your side and knows the process. Here's what I say all the time to my clients. Before I even know what they do for work, I say to them, whatever you do, I couldn't do it. This is what I do. This is what I love doing. And so allow me to do it. Allow me to work on your behalf. And as a buyer, it costs you nothing. Cost you nothing, right? And you're not going to save money by not working with an agent, right? So get an agent on your side. I know a good one, and I know a few myself. if for some reason I ain't the one for you. But I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this series. I'm so glad I was able to do this. It was something I wanted to do for some time. I do a lot of new construction business, and I have helped plenty of family move into a brand new home and navigate this process. And I hope that, like I've done for them, I've made this process seem so much simpler. So this is it. This is the last video, but I am open to questions. So if you've got them, drop them in the comments, hit me up on Instagram, call me, text me, email me, and man, you may have a question that leads me to adding a video to this series. There's something you feel like I've left out that you'd love for me to go into more detail on, let me know. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the comments.